guys, I hope you're all well. My name is Virginia and today I'm going to take you through a stretch session. We're going to focus on the upper body. A lot of you are probably working from home by now and probably spend a lot of your day hunched over on a computer. We're going to be doing some stretches to sort of counteract that. It's going to make your chest feel nice and open and it's going to make you feel absolutely amazing. So we're going to start off just with a little bit of a warm-up and then we'll go into the stretches. Make sure you have with you just a normal hand towel. So we're going to be using that for some of the stretches. Have a water bottle nearby if you need any water to have a drink during the class. And that is all we need. You don't even need a mat, a doorway or a wall. So I'm going to be using a doorway because I don't really have any spare walls in my small apartment. But if you have a little bit of wall space, you can also use some of the wall as well. So let's get started with a little bit of a warm up. So we're going to start by rolling our shoulders backwards, just the shoulders. And then we're going to take them into big, big circles. So nice and big, nice and slow, really getting the shoulders warmed up. And don't forget to breathe. And then we're going to take the circles even smaller. And we're just going to be getting the shoulder joints nice and warm. Get those arms working and moving. And we're going to go the other way. So we're just going to start off with just shoulders. Taking them nice and big, so nice and big circles, nice and slow as well. We're going to get the circles smaller and go a little bit faster with their small arms, get everything warm, get the body moving. And relax those arms, give them a shake. Legs apart, so a little bit wider than hip width, hands by your side. We're just going to slowly tilt side to side. So we're going to start feeling a little bit of a stretch up our sides, get the upper body moving and nice and warm. Now we're going to start taking one arm over the top of our head, really stretching it out while we move. And out. So you really don't need a lot of space to do these exercises. As you can see, I don't have a lot of space. I only have a really small apartment and I'm just using pretty much the space of the doorway. And making sure you're clear of any walls, hands in front, and just swinging your arms, looking over your shoulder behind you. Really looking behind you, twisting your upper body. Really important to get the spine and the shoulders nice and warm for the exercises we're going to start to do soon. And come back to center. Give yourself a nice big shake. All right. So we're going to do another exercise to warm up and strengthen. So it's a really good strengthening exercise. I'm going to do it against my door. I'm going to make sure the door is firmly closed when I go through it. If you do have enough space on a wall, you can also use a wall space. So I'm going to stand against the door or wall, making sure that I can't go back through it. Pressing your heels into the wall, pressing your stomach and your chest and your back. Try and get your back as flat as you can against the wall. Bringing your arms up overhead. We're going to slowly bring them down and pushing them back up. So obviously if you do it in a doorway, if you're tall, you may not fit. So make sure you've got enough space to better get your arms in, keeping them flat against the wall. So what we want to do here is keep our elbows flat against the wall or door and bringing our arms up. My elbows don't stay flat in this doorway because it's not very large. But if you were against the wall, you'll be wanting to be trying to keep these elbows as flat against the wall as possible. You may get to a point when you're pushing your arms up that you kind of get a little bit stuck. You can then release your elbows away from the wall to get them above your head. This is just warming up your shoulders, strengthening your shoulders as well, and it's helping work on your mobility, your shoulder mobility, so opening up these shoulders. So let's do a couple more of these. Remember to keep everything pressed into the wall. And don't forget to breathe. Excellent. Giving your arms a nice big shake and releasing. You probably feel your muscles through here working. That's where we want to be feeling it, or even through the tops of your shoulders. Okay, I'm going to open this door back up. We're going to start off with some stretches now. So you can do this against a door or against a wall or in your doorway. Putting your forearm up. So we want to make an L shape, 90-degree angle with our arm. Putting it against the wall or in the door frame. Making sure this elbow is in line with your shoulder. I want you to twist away from your arm so we feel a nice big stretch through the front of our chest. Releasing your arm, lining your hand up with your shoulder, taking a step away and straightening this arm. So with your hand pressed flat against the wall or door frame, you'll probably start to feel a nice big stretch through the center of the arm. That's fine. If you want to go a little bit more, start to turn your body away again and get an even bigger stretch through the arm, so you'll feel it through the middle of the arm and through the shoulder as well. So we want to be holding this and taking a few deep breaths. Remember to breathe. And release. Let's go to the other side. So bending your elbow, making sure your elbow is in line with your shoulder and starting to twist away to slowly open up this shoulder. And straightening your arm, so making sure your hand is in line with your shoulder, straightening the arm. If you feel a stretch here, that's totally fine. If you want to go deeper, then start to turn your body away and feel a nice deep stretch down your arm and into your shoulder. And remember to breathe as well, especially in this one, because it's not the most pleasant stretch, but we always want to be breathing through our stretches. And release. Give your arms another shake if you need to. Now we definitely want a doorway for this particular stretch. So I'll face away from you so you can see what I'm doing. So we want to start off by having our elbows in line with our shoulders. So very similar to the stretch we just did. And then we want to start stepping through the doorway until we can pull our shoulders back with the door and squeeze the shoulder blades together, and we're going to be opening up this chest. So you want to feel the stretch through the front of your chest. So lining your arms up with the door, taking a step through, and really stretching through that chest. If you want more of a stretch, you can straighten these arms and go even further through the door. and release. Now we want to lift our arms up into a Y shape. And then we're going to take another step through the door. Step through. And you can look up for this one as well. And release. All right, how are the arms feeling? They should be starting to feel really stretched and open, especially in the chest and through the tops of the shoulders. All right, grab your towel. So if you have really flexible shoulders, then you may not need the towel, but start off with the towel and then you can get rid of it if you decide you don't need it. So what we want to do is taking our arm up next to our ear, bending the elbow. So our hand is sort of the nape of our neck, bending your other arm up behind you and grabbing the towel. Yeah? So we're in that position. We then want to creep our hands close together, as close as we can get them, and holding this stretch here. So when you start to feel a little bit looser, you can keep walking your hands closer. And release those arms. Putting the towel in the other hand. Bringing your arm up by your ear. Bending the elbow. Bending your other arm behind your back. Grabbing onto the towel. Positioning your arms and start to walk your hands close together. And holding this stretch here. As you start to feel warm, bring them closer. And gently release. How does that one feel? Our shoulders should start to be feeling nice and warm and stretched out and feeling good. Holding our towel, depending on how long your towel is, I don't have a very long hand towel, just you've got a standard hand towel. I'm going to hold the ends of my towel. I want to be pulling the towel nice and straight, so trying to separate my arms the whole time. I want to be tucking everything in, so I don't want an arch back and sticking my chest out. I want it all tucked in, tuck my tail under, engage my core. I then want to hold my towel and be pulling it away, my hands away from each other. I'm going to slowly raise my hands up above my head as high as I can go. So only work to your shoulder mobility. So if you come up and you can get to here, that's totally fine. Or just try and take your arms back as far as you can and slowly release back down again. I'm going to go up, breathing in and release, breathing out. Again, up and release. Again, and take it up. Try and pull it back a little bit further if you can, but we don't want this to happen. So keep everything tucked in nice and tight. And release. Let's go again. Bring it up. Release. Again. Up. Release. Let's do 2 more times. Bring it up. Release. Last one. release. Good work, shaking those shoulders out. If you need to grab a quick drink, feel free to grab yourself some water. Otherwise, we will continue on. We're on the home stretch. We're almost done. How are these arms going? I'm hoping they're feeling nice and warm and stretched now, and you're starting to feel a lot more open and taller. All right, for this one, we need to have a wall again or a closed door. And we want to walk back so we have a bit of space between us and the door. So probably about half a meter. Placing your hands on the wall. You can keep walking your feet back, bending your knees, and I want you to drop your chest in between your arms. And I want you to be pushing into the wall or door and pressing your chest down. So hold it here for a little bit. We're going to release and we're going to go again. So push, push, push. Hold for a few breaths. And release. Let's go one more time. And pushing down. And release. Good work. Shake those shoulders out. All right. We're going to bring one arm across the front of our chest. We're going to bend the opposite one up and we're going to gently pull on our elbow. So we want to be pulling it across our body. So we don't want to be hunched up here. We want to be dropping our shoulder down across the chest and stretching it through these arms. And switching to the other side. So bringing the other arm across your chest, bending the other one up and holding onto the arm, making sure it's across your chest and gently pulling it through and across. And release. And going back to the first arm, bringing it up next to your ear, bending at the elbow. This time we're going to put the opposite hand on top of that elbow and we're very gently going to pull it across. So we want to feel that stretch down here and down the side. Pulling it across and hold. And switching to the other arm, so bending the opposite arm, putting the other hand on that elbow and gently pulling it over the top. And release. All right, we're going to finish with a lovely neck stretch and then we'll be all done for the day. So tilting your head to the side, pulling the shoulder down towards the ground, popping your hand on top of your head, putting a little bit of gentle pressure on the top of your head. So you feel a nice big stretch down the side of your neck. Holding it here. Then I want you to tilt your head diagonally forward, so like you're smelling your armpits, and put a little bit of gentle pressure on the back of your head. And release, other side, tilting your head to the opposite side, opposite hand on top of your head, and pulling the shoulder down. Feel a lovely stretch down the side of this neck. Don't put too much pressure on your head, just a little bit if you need it. If you don't need it, you can just hold it here. Whatever works for you. And then tilting your head on the diagonal, a bit of gentle pressure on the back of the head if you need it. And then coming back to center, looking down at the floor, putting a little bit of gentle pressure on the back of your head if you need it, and holding it here. And then looking up at the ceiling. And release. Well done today. So this is just a quick stretch sequence focused on your chest and your arms. You can do this throughout the day. So if you get halfway through your day and you're finding you're feeling really tight through the shoulders from hunching over, take 10 to 15 minute break and do these stretches and really open up that chest. So it's going to stretch the hip and it's strengthening those shoulders as well at the same time. Yeah, well done, and keep watching for more stretch videos.